You need to create the workaround that you state here, that the three steps here: run a query, add the file, we can delete the file. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Mm.
those three steps, there is no any custom required. It's all what is available today, either through a playbook, uh, you know, we can do that.
But is it still possible with the build your own integration for
No,
this?
that's what we don't have the API
Oh
endpoint
yeah,
to
sorry, we
run
don't
that.
we don't have the
Yeah.
API. Oh, okay. So it's not possible for now, yeah. Like
Correct.
either way, even though you request it by the feature request, even though you create it your own self, it's still not possible. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I will, that I will inform that to the monitoring team as well.
Sure.
Okay. So that's actually cover the main topic for the Candice calls today. Actually, the second topic is related to the usual one, the XR8. So yeah, I think we need to update a bit. So we already installed the newer version. So you know that we previously having a trouble with the XR the XR8, right? So
Right.
we installed it should be the 8.7 if I remember correctly, and then we experienced a bug where we have a connection and a network problem to the like any integration that we want to use.
Right. Correct. Correct.
Yes,
Uh,
and wait.
So, is the issue resolved with the new version 8.9?
Yeah, so yes, so the Jonah recommended us to install the newest version, right? So we installed the new version, which is the 8.9, and then it's working properly for now.
Yeah.
We didn't do any changes in the backend. We just like set it up like the usual one, similar to the 8.7,
Okay.
and then yeah, it's working. So maybe the question is like the same that I always ask like weekly. So is there any updates for the XR8 on-prem migration steps? Like I know that the last update it should be updated on this month, if I
Right.
remember correctly, but I haven't seen any changes on the documentation page. Yeah, let me check that as well.
Yeah, it's actually not yet available. I think my apologies for this. The main reason is there is some kind of a restructuring of the team, and basically there is a new kind of a platform team that has been created, right? So that's the reason why some of these things are getting delayed. But yeah, I'm still tracking, Shane, and I will let you know because, as you know, even the 8.10 is not released, right? So we were expecting this to come out with 8.10, but since it's not yet released, we don't know what is going to be available in 8.10 and what is the latest update on this. But having said that, right, so there are two things. One is we have a lot more information on the migration. So if you have any specific questions, we can help address that. So from the planning standpoint, we can start. Uh, uh, and even, if you have any specific timelines for any reason that you want to look at migration within a certain date, let us know, and we will take this internally and we'll see what kind of support we can get. Like, is there some kind of a beta or a private preview program that we can utilize so that you're able to meet the timelines? We can explore that as well.
Oh, yeah, okay. Because yeah, I know that the update is delayed several times, yeah, like from December and then like a month ahead, January and March. But I know that might be internal. I cannot say it's an issue. It's more like internal updates or internal changes that might delay the updates for this on-prem migration steps. But yeah, okay, sure. We will like wait for the updates from you.
Yeah, Shane, do you have a timeline that you need to migrate over to XOR 8? I know this question might be coming from Adi. Is it something related to that? You can share more with us
Yeah.
so that we can explore how to assist you in that.
Oh yeah, I think we need to ask confirm this with Ko Vincent first. Ko Vincent, kita kalau yang jadwal migrasi ini ada spesifik timeline-nya nggak ya? Atau intinya tahun ini aja itu udah harus naik pokoknya?
Iya, nggak ada spesifiknya sih paling tahun ini.
Tahun ini ya? Oh ya udah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Chris. So it's there, we don't have any like a specific timeline for this. Like we need to like upgrade it this month or maybe next month. But the deadline, the big deadline is like we need to upgrade it this year because we need to. I remember that I asked Srikan. Oh no, just asked the CSM team by the email about the OS version. Yeah. So it related to that, like all of them is related. The OS version, the migration steps, and the XOR 8 as well is all related to one topic because yeah, the OS currently that we have installed in the XOR 6.12 is already outdated and we need to update it to the newer version. So we are currently in the middle of choosing whenever we want to upgrade the OS first or we want to upgrade the XOR version first. Oh, no, migrate to the XOR 8 first. That's why we need a confirmation for these steps. But since this already in the middle of June, I think it might be better to upgrade the OS first for the XOR 6.12
Yeah,
because
yeah,
yeah.
that's right. Because Srikan also confirmed that XOR 6 supports whoever you guys are planning to upgrade into. Am I right, Srikan? We are not the we are, I mean, XOR 8, XOR 6 is not the bottleneck of their upgrade. Am I right to say that?
Correct. XOR 6, yes, there is no bottleneck to upgrade your OS. Even on 6, we support RHEL 8X and RHEL 9X.
Mm.
As I mentioned, right, we can
Yeah.
also continue to use Docker if you're going to upgrade in place.
Mm.
And if you're going to, if you want to look at using a new server and migrate the data, then we can look at using Podman. So yeah, there is no restrictions or there's no any kind of blockage for you to upgrade your OS with XOR 6.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's the one that confirms our understanding together. Yeah. So yeah, like summarize a bit about the questions. Yeah, we don't have a specific timeline. We can wait, but I hope we hope that the upgrade will be happening like this year for maximum to migrate the server from the 6 to 8. But for now, we need to choose the option to upgrade the OS first for the 6, since we need to comply to the company policies. Uh, this might I have an additional question about the OS version though. So I know that Shikan already explained about how the RHEL 8 and RHEL 8.x and RHEL 9.x is compatible to 6.12, even though the 6.12 is still using the Docker, right? But I just wondering, so we have like active passive right for now, and then we have like a two approach. The first one is turn off the both of the server and then we upgrade it together, patch it together. But yeah, obviously there will be a downtime. And then since this is a major upgrade where you upgrade it from a 6.x to 8.x or either 9.x, I already confirmed to the server team that it might take a lot of time. There should be obviously a downtime to patch the OS version. The last updated information, it takes 2 hours to upgrade the OS version, which is, I think, it might not be acceptable to the monitoring team and the higher ups as well. So that's the first one. That's the pro and the cons. The pros is the both of them will be patched together, but the cons it would have a like downtime which is not acceptable by the monitoring team. So we have the second approach. The second approach is to upgrade it one by one. Let's say we upgrade it on the passive side first, and then we do the switch cost, and then we upgrade it on the new passive one. But I don't know whenever we can do that, or will it have problems or issues when we do that? The second one.
See, I think there are, you know, there could be risk, uh, which and I understand we are not making any changes at the application level.
Yeah.
So XOR running on RHEL 7 or 8 or 9, it does not matter directly. But I'm just concerned about the risk. The biggest risk is, because live backup will be will be trying to sync, but the server is down for a long time, let's say 2, 3 hours. So when it comes up, if it goes into recovery mode, it's all okay. But if it does not go into recovery mode and has some kind of a DB corruption, then you might have to end up rebuilding your live backup again, right? And that will be like additional step and additional downtime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think if you can
So
plan where both can happen parallelly, that might be, uh, better.
yeah, because I also additionally confirmed to the server team for this patching steps.
Right.
So I remember that they said that I think the application need to be turned off
Correct.
while they are doing the patching, because
Yes, yes.
since it's a major patch, the server team will be the one that doing this
Correct, correct. Yeah, yeah, I
for
understand.
on a like a minor upgrade where it have the same version like 8, maybe 8.7 to 8.8. We can do that by our own self and then just reboot the server.
Right.
So it more preferable and have a less risk. The one that have a less risk is should be the first one, right?
Correct, correct.
Okay, should be downtime trade-off, but have a less risk than the second one. Okay. Oh, not just less, far less risk than the second one, since the second one we might end up corrupting the DB or corrupting the live backup
Correct.
service. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything that I want to? Is there anything that? Okay, I think I need to ask several questions to Ko Vincent first. Halo, Ko Vincent.
Iya,
Iya, tadi kan udah sempat dijelasin sama Serikan kalau yang metode yang itu kok yang kayak nggak upgrade pasifnya dulu, terus nge-switch
mm,
host. Nah, itu risky yang tadi kayak dijelasin. Jadi kayak itu bisa amit-amit nge-cause DB corruption di source-nya. Tuh nggak disaranin sih pakai metode yang itu. Nah, tapi kan masalahnya kita kan pengen ngindarin downtime itu kok yang pakai metode pertama. Nah, itu malah kalau ada downtime yang itu tuh lebih tidak beresiko. Malah lebih aman yang pertama. Jadi dua-duanya mati dulu kok. Itu sih jadinya kok. Ada pros dan cons-nya masing-masing yang lumayan berat sih sebenarnya.
ya udah nggak apa itu untuk coba nanti diskusi internal aja sih.
Oh iya ya, oke oke. Oh iya, dari komisen ada titipan pertanyaan kah terkait ini? Apa soal itu atau apapun?
Nggak ada sih, lanjut
Hmm,
aja.
oh lanjut aja. Ya dah, oke kok. Thank you. Um, is there? Oh yeah, Srikan. Sorry. I need to like ask you back about this. So, is there anything important that we might need to know about the XOR 8? Like a new important thing, or it's still the same update that you gave us like several sessions
Yeah,
previously?
yeah. I think in terms of features, right, especially compared to 8.7, if you see in 8.9, we have come up with this backup and restore feature.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
So
I seen
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. So that's our, approach to DR. So we will not have a DR like what we have in live backup, but the idea here is you take a backup of the cluster into an NFS, and in case of a DR, there will be another XOR installed, and you can restore that XOR using all the backup data.
Oh, but you need to have like a spare server to be the NFS, right? Or
Correct. Yeah, you have to
uh,
mount the NFS, and you need another spare XOR cluster. It has to be same as primary. So if your primary is single node, the backup should also be single node. If your primary is three node, then the backup should also be three node.
oh,
And
okay.
you basically restore that cluster using all the backup data.
Oh, so it need to be matched to the one that we use
Correct.
or the active one. So it
Correct.
cannot be like we have three nodes and then the NFS or the backup server only have one.
Correct. That will not be, yeah, it has to be three node only.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, this is the one that like a feature that we found that interesting. Like we see that this is a new menu. I think we haven't seen this on the 8.7, and then yeah, there's actually the one that I forgot to ask like what is the details to that feature. But okay. But is there any documentation related to the backup restore for this?
Let me share that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the main one. Other than that, I think some of the management things have been made easier. So you can now, even when it's a new server, right, you can directly SSH to access the TUI. You don't need a serial connection. And also, I think, our numbers on the sizing, the data has also been updated. A little bit more information is available. Suresh, can you think of anything else new on XOR 8.9 that we made?
Srikanth, except that export incident, I don't think so much we have.
Right. No, that is export instance is not yet visible, right? Yeah. So, but eventually, even for archiving, right?
The export incident will be visible, Srikanth, but they have to contact customer support. Customer support will raise ticket internal with engineering. They will enable that option.
Got it.
Yes.
Sure. So yeah, then maybe we'll just brief on that also. Or Suresh, do you want to brief Shane about the export incident feature?
Yeah. Give me a second. Let me log into this console. So shall I showcase them on XOR SAS how it looks like later than the similar feature? How it
Sure.
Yes.
So this feature, Shane, is going to be for archiving, right? So beyond the retention, so we will provide the option to automatically delete the data. So it's not going to be like how we are doing it now. And for archiving, this feature called export and delete option is coming up. So it's actually available in 8.9, but it's hidden and it's only enabled on demand. But yeah, I think in the next version, it will be available by default.
Just a sec. Yes, console. Just a second, I was logging into console. me share my screen quickly. So here to start the export incident configuration, right? In SAS, whereas we have an egress configuration, we need to allow the path using egress configuration. You will have the whoever the account admin who will be the approver, and here you need to select which type of external storage you want to select. Let's say if I'm selecting AWS S3 and the bucket name. So I have given my XOCS10. So this is the bucket name which I've created. So if you can see, this is the bucket name. Okay, and this bucket name have privileges, and the user should have a privileges, should be creating access key and secret key, which will be part of IAM. IAM users. Yes. So this is the user. I created the access key and the secret key. So which will be used in the external storage configuration. So let's go to the XOR tenant, and here settings and info, and here we'll have the create the external storage. So here we'll be providing the name of the storage name, whether it is AWS S3 or S3 compatible bucket, the bucket name, and which region the bucket being hosted, and the access key and secret key, and we'll just test the connection. Once the test connection is successful, then
Yeah, quick question, Suresh. So we need it. So the XOR need to be connected to the internet, like for this, via either via proxy or via anything else, for this.
yeah.
Oh,
So if I'm saying in XOR, in OPP, you have NFS storage. You can configure NFS storage.
oh yeah. Okay. So this is like the online version, and then
Yes.
we have the offline version for the NFS. Okay.
So once this test connection is successful, right, here you will have an option for export incident. So whatever the external storage I created, this is the external storage export incident demo. It will be listed out in the export incidents page that you need to select, and this is the export relative path. And here you will need to select. You need to schedule the export incidents. So you include attachments and then click on export now. And then here what kind of currently it is supported for months only, not for days or. So the export incidence is older than 6 months ago, right? So it will get exported once I click on export. So you need to, once it is done, job has been started. So it will start exporting the data. So how the data looks like, I'll show in the AWS S3 bucket. So this is my S3 bucket, and let's say 2024, I have an incident. This is the year following by month and the date. So inside that you'll have the incident info, incident ID, incident type, and if you download that file, right, incident.json file. So it includes the context.json and the entries within that incident, and incident JSON, investigation JSON. These all data will be there within that zip file. Any questions so far? So these are all monthly.
Yeah. So like the one previously you said that this is a similar one to the archiving steps, yeah. But is there any so the archiving steps is replaced by this like totally, or this is like just another way to just export the incidents?
Yes.
Oh, because I remember that on the archiving on the 612 have like another data type, if I remember correctly, besides the incidents and the context. But I'm not sure about that. I never seen like the details of the.
There are some notes with respect to this export. Once it is exported, it cannot be restored back into the XOR UI. That is the limit.
It's just like a one way. That's like exporting the data.
Yes, for your compliance purpose, that's it.
But do we still have like the archiving data, like the old one, the one that we use on the 6th, like the.
No. Either Shrikant, they need to they need to choose if at all they want. So instead of you based on your compliance or audit purpose, if you can make data. There is no data retention for XOR 8 OPP. It's up to you, but it depends upon the deployment model you chose. If at all, if you want to have data online for 2 years, then you can go for depends upon incident data uh, on monthly or per day basis. The deployment model you can choose so that you don't need to go for archival. For OPP, I'm telling on-prem.
Is it configured on the textual UI or?
No, from this from here itself. It'll all be from the UI. You don't have to do it from TUI.
Okay. Is it currently visible now on the Suresh user, or I wanted to see the menu if is it possible?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
For the one that we can configure the retention, if I understand that correctly.
No, retention is not possible. See, it depends. For XOR SAS, it's a 6 months retention actually, basically.
For the SAS is 6 months. Okay.
Yes, you will have 180 days, 6 months of incident retention. Beyond, you need to export those incidents.
This is the SAS, right? For the on-prem, it's to.
There is no retention. So depends upon your deployment model. So if you want more number of incident data to stored 2 years of data. So depends upon the deployment. And you don't need an archival, right?
Yeah, because we severally ask, we sometimes the engineer asks us to do the archiving, right? Because we stored a lot of data. Let's say like, if like the old one, the first one that we do the archiving, we have like 4 years old of data, right? But so.
Shrikant, will that be a good, a proper idea to have to deploy to go for the deployment? Upgrading the scaling model. Deployment model.
No, see, in the current setup, right? Let's say mainly because of performance issues, we recommend to archive, right?
Yeah, correct.
But this data can be restored, correct? But on XOR 8, what we are saying is you store the data online as long as you need, let's say 2 years, 3 years. But beyond that, at some point in time, you might want to remove the data, right? So
Yeah,
for
right.
that, we are giving this option where you can do an export and delete, so that you store the incidents, in a format where all the data is preserved. So let's say for some kind of audit requirement, you want to view the data outside of XOR, you can still view it, but if you don't want to, you can just delete it. So it's completely optional. But yeah, this is kind of the alternative way of archiving in XOR 8. It's not going to be similar to how it was in 6.
Okay. Because I didn't see the delete button on the Suresh screen. I don't know, like is it on different menu or? But yeah, since you explained it can be deleted. Then
Correct.
okay. Because I just wondered like, you can export, but where's the delete button for the old data?
Oh yeah. I think because in the SAS, right, it's going to happen
yes.
based on your retention license.
Okay.
For on-prem, there's going to be an option where it will say delete.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I understand that. Okay.
Hi, Srikan. Hi, Suresh.
Hey, Ivan.
I would like to ask about the retention data for the XOR 8 on-prem. Is it possible to configure the retention data? What I see previously on the UI that's shown in Suresh, it is 6 months, right? Is it configurable? Let's say the DCA team would like to have the retention data for 24 months, something like that. Is it possible on Cortex XOR 8 on-prem?
So for on-prem, right? You
Yeah,
will
for on-prem.
6 months. For on-prem, you will not see that 6 months. For on-prem, there is not going to be a limitation.
There is no limitation.
Correct. It depends completely on how much storage that you have. You can maintain the data. But I mean, we would assume that some point you might want to delete, right? Instead of adding, let's say, more and more GB into your storage, after
Mm-hmm.
3, 4 years, 5 years, you may want to delete. So that's when you can look at this export and delete option.
I see. Okay. That's clear enough, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions? If not, I actually have a question for everyone here. So regarding the EXO 8 planning, right, Shrikant, you were saying, so what do we need to prepare? Shall we start now or shall we, wait for a while? What is our plan ahead?
So, I mean, I think we have, good information available now, Chris. So, if you want to look at planning, maybe the architecture, the sizing, the servers, so that, from the procurement standpoint, you want to get an understanding, we can do that right now. So we don't have to wait for the migration to be available to do all those things. Yeah.
Right. So Shane and Vincent, is this something you would like to explore now, or because you mentioned that there's no specific timeline, however, it will be best by end of this year. So we are halfway through. So how should we, assist you on that? Do we want to start in the next session, or is there any checklist or any documentation that we need to do, Shrikant, or how do we start?
I think, sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, Shrikant, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, see, the first one is going to be the architecture and the sizing of the servers, right? That is going to be the first step, and we should start from there, Chris.
Yeah. Is this something we want to do, Shane, from next session onwards, or?
Yeah, hi Chris and Shrikant. Yeah, I think that would be great. But I just thinking whenever we can do something like a master document for the XR8. So let's say like the master document will contains the information that is needed, and we all together need to know for the XR8 migration. For example, yeah, the first one, the first part of the document should be the architecture and the scaling. And then maybe the second one, like how many incidents that we have, like, and what is the recommended scale. Let's say like it's like maybe a customized requirement or maybe customized documentation for the BCA. But I don't know whenever that is possible to be created or not for the document, because like this will be the one that we can all see together. Oh yeah, this is the architecture that we want, or this is the scaling that we want, this is the requirement for the incidents, this is the requirement for the specification for the X server, like that.
So Shane, I mean, we can definitely provide the input, and any template that you want to follow, it's fine. But yeah, you can let us know what is the information that you need. Let's say you want like a high level architecture, I can provide that, but the HLD and LLD is something that you may have to prepare. But yeah, we can help you with that, and then we can help you with choosing the right sizing, how you want to plan the DR, the backup and restore, using backup and restore. So all those things we can provide the inputs. But yeah, I think the doc itself, I'm not sure who would be preparing it.
Yeah.
Something,
Okay.
right?
But yeah, it's okay. But I think I can also prepare the document. But yeah, we'll be like having maybe like a back and forth emailing for the information. Yeah, maybe like additional questions, or maybe we have a follow-up questions after the main questions. So it may be a lot of information that we need to document on the document.
Yeah, we can have some ad hoc calls, not a problem.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I have prepared kind of a high level architecture.
Yeah.
Let me just share that. Let me see if I have it now. So, so you'll get an understanding of all the things that you need, and then, it might help in creating the HLE.
Yeah, okay, sure.
And yeah, if you want to have some regular calls on this, we can do that.
Yeah, I think you can set another session to discuss specifically about this. Just let us know when you will be available to do the session or the call.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let me give you a quick snapshot now. Is it okay?
Some snapshot or
Yeah. Sorry, a view of what I'm talking about, right? So this is basically, a 3-node architecture. This is what it will look like.
okay.
So basically, it's going to be 3 servers, all having the same FQDN with the NFS server. So this NFS server should be available in both, like say if you're going for different zones, in 2 different zones. And yeah, this will be installed with the same FQDN and the same specifications. So anytime you want to redo a restore, this will take the data from the backup and do the restore.
But obviously the the left node 1 and the right node 1 have a different IP, right? But it's
Yes,
share
IP
the same FQDN.
That's correct.
But we need to like configure the load balancer to be like know that the right one is the passive one. Is that correct?
So between the nodes, right?
Yeah.
The load balancing is done by us.
Oh,
So you don't
okay.
need a load balancer. And technically, what happens is, let's say that this server goes down and you fail over. So then the same FQDN is transferred.
Oh,
Right? So
okay.
from that aspect, you may not need, a load balancer, but you may need to do some kind of a DNS redirection because initially, this FQDN might be pointing to this IP, but after failover, this FQDN will point to another IP, right? So that should be controlled at the DNS level.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. So three, yeah, I think we'll be using 3 nodes for our the current plan is using the 3 nodes like the one that you shared here.
Okay.
Oh, about the specification.
This is a small tier.
Is this a medium scale or
This is a small scale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This
Okay.
application will change a medium.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe a trivial questions. So let's say we have 3 nodes here, right? And the one that you put here. Let's say that we need to do an upscale for the XOR. Do we need to do it on all of 3, or we can just do it on 1?
No, it should be done on all of 3. So if you do it
Oh,
even if one of the node is of a smaller scale,
yeah.
all the nodes will operate at the same scale. So,
Oh, like it's like a bottleneck on the like it will choose the smallest one, the
Correct.
smallest limit. Oh, okay. Because the one that have the higher resource will compensate to
Correct.
like match with the lower specification server, right?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand. Okay. Oh, for let's say so this accessory will be the one that show that the left one is the active one and the right one is the passive one, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Let's say that way. And then if we want to do the let's say the switch host, let's say we need to like have a yearly like annually check to see whenever the passive server is working as intended and can be used as the active server. So how do we do the switch host or the swing for this? Is it by the UI? Is it possible by via the UI or not?
So see the restore is also done using the UI. Okay. So there are two ways. One is, like you can stop using this and then switch over and then, use this for some time and then take the backup from here, right?
Yeah.
And then do another restore from here. So that is one way. Or the other option, what you can do is for you to do the testing, what you want to know is if your DR server is able to restore and be operational. So while this is functioning, right, like your monitoring can continue here, but
Yeah.
only the administrators, you can actually restore from one of the backups, and then you can do all your testing, right? Check if the integrations and everything is working properly, check if all the internet information based on the backup data is available. So that way you're able to make sure that your DR server is operational, but the operations, the monitoring will continue to work here.
Okay. Oh yeah, sorry, Shikan, sorry. Cut this. I need to go to the toilet first, sorry. I'll be back. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, so anybody, any other questions till then?
Yeah, Vincent, Ivan, any follow-up questions? Amin?
I think there is no follow-up questions from me. Yes.
Okay. So let's wait for Shane to come back, and then I think we can wrap up this meeting.
Yeah. Hi, Shikan, sorry. I already back from the toilet. Mm, Store options, sorry. Yeah, hi there.
Yes.
Maybe this is might be another question. I think of how about the engine? Like, how do the engine works on the new architecture? Is this working as the same as a
Yes.
612, or
It
it will
would work the
be
same way.
connected to the how do I call it, a left main node?
So it would be connected, basically using this one. So it will be connected this way. It will be using this API hyphen FQDN.
Oh, so it won't have a different logic or the different way to connect compared to the 612, yeah.
No, it's exactly the same. The only thing what changes is, again, right, since we are doing the load balancing, you're not going to connect directly to a single node. You will connect
Okay.
to FQDN, but with this, prefix. So there's going to be, based on this FQDN, right, you will actually have two more FQDNs. One is this, and the other one is this.
ED
For all your EDLs, we are using this EDL hyphen FQDN, and for engine, we are using this API hyphen FQDN.
oh, okay.
So it is only because, basically all this, right, including this FQDN, is used for port forwarding. So basically, it's like we have a reverse proxy within this cluster, and the application, depending upon the kind of FQDN you're using, it will transfer the connection to the right, node and right pod that's working.
Okay. So I know that the load balancer works as like, yeah, obviously by its name will be balancing the load that is given to the each node, right? But is there any way to, yeah, let's say we have three nodes here, like node, first node, second node, and a third node. Let's say we want to cut the traffic on the third node. Is that possible to,
No.
let's
The
say like,
load balancer, it completely, the load balancer's main requirement is availability. So yeah, it is not going to look at distributing the load. It's mainly going to, make sure that for each node there is redundancy.
mm, okay. So it's not completely configurable, right? Like let's say we want to like disable the first node, so the only one that receive the node will be the second one and the third one. Oh,
We
okay.
can do it temporarily. We
Oh,
can do it temporarily.
okay.
We can, if in the TUI we have an option where I can keep one node on maintenance.
Oh,
So
maintenance. Oh
basically,
yeah, I seen that maintenance mode. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Using certain maintenance mode. Oh, one more thing. This is a trivial question as well. Is it possible to swap the nodes that is on the left side to the right side, like one of them? Let's say like we want to swap the third one and the left third one and the right third one. Is
No.
that possible? No, yeah. Oh, it's just on a different.
No, all should be in the same subnet.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be the same subnet. Okay. For the NFS, I think the server specification is already there. You mentioned the CPU, the memory as well, and the storage. But how about the NFS? Is there any requirement states on the documentation that you shared?
We only share this kind of volume that's needed. I think for medium tier, about 1.2 to 1.3 TB storage may be needed. I'll just confirm this. But yeah, this is the only one that we need. This is the only recommendation that we provide.
Di jelasin
Okay. For the medium
arsitektur.
scale, yeah. Okay.
Kalau
Yeah.
on-prem standalone,
Size.
iya sebelum ini buat gambaran PPCA nanti.
Okay.
Nah itu aku juga sebenarnya masih kurang ngerti sih.
Okay, I notice we are almost at the top of the hour, so
Yeah.
we probably should wrap this up and then we can take the questions to the next session, right?
Yeah, sure.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, I think I don't have any question as well for now. Maybe I will we'll have like a follow up and additional question for the next session. I will bring that.
Yeah. So I'll share this, Shane, and have a look. And if you want to start planning and you need to have a separate call, then yes, we can have an ad hoc call.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, everyone, and have a good rest of the day.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Have a good day.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.